Hello, my name is Barry Simon. I will be doing my thematic book-based unit over uh, exploring Native Indians, and it is first grade that we will be doing the unit in. And here is a list of all my books, and some of the books that I will be using is Buffalo Women, uh, Doctor's Coyote, and I will be using The Legend of the Indian paintbrush. Also, I will be using The Legend of the Blue Bonnet by, uh, it will be by D. Paola. And I will be also be interpreting with the Thanksgiving book here, Turkey, uh, Turkey's Gift to the People by Anne Ritchie. And through this, the reason why I chose this unit to work with is because this activity will encourage children to explore the native culture around the world and learn about things, some of the aspects and oral storytelling of back in time. Also, here I will be, this is my web graphic here, and in the middle of here you can see that I use The Legend of the Blue Bonnet, and around here is the TP, plants, food, clothing, and the sun. Here, over here, I have all my teaks. These are my teaks, my social study teaks and my language art teaks. And the teaks that I chose to work with is uh, is number 3, which would be A, to distinguish among past, present, and future. The other one that I chose within for social study would be the geographic part, that the students will learn to understand various physical and human characteristics, and the students expect to identify and describe how the human characteristics of place such as shelter, clothing, food, and activities based upon the geographic location. For the English, I chose to the reading. A, it recognizes the spoken words and represent in written English by specific sequence of letters, which would be 1A, B, and C, and D. I added all that in there with that, E and F. And the other one for the language arts, I chose to do number 19A. And the last one that I chose of the English text would be number 22B. Okay, my activities for this activity that I chose to do to go along with this, the kids would be able to make their own TP, uh, and they will be able to make their own tempo. Uh, Also, they will be able to use strips to write their favorite story about some of the greatest legends of the Blue Bonnet. They will draw, make plants. Another activity, we would go out and uh, visit different ones to talk about the plants. They would get milk cartons, and we would make them in the room and watch them grow. And we will also, I would have them to do crafts on making their favorite Indian. They would do another craft, maybe to show about we would talk about the food that they ate back then. We would talk about uh, the things that they went and killed, or how they went hunting for the food back in that day. Also, here I have uh, a little Thanksgiving activity books that can go along with it, where they some of them can be able to maybe cut out a picture or whatever, just to celebrate, to show how they celebrated Thanksgiving and how it was started. I also we would practice decoding short vowel words, uh, and we would write some silly sentences like the 10 Little Indians, and we would also be drawing uh, our different pottery, because back then that some of the Indians is whatever they made their own pottery out of clay. We will also be using the make our own mats, because they back then they did a lot of weaving and stuff to make their own mats and baskets and everything. And I don't know if I've talked about already another book that we read, which was another good one that I would incorporate into this, is called The Legend of the Paintbrush. Uh, that story there of the Indian paintbrush, and also we would be I would have them to draw different paintbrushes, and we would just experiment and let them see the paintbrushes and things, and uh, maybe do some painting of their favorite Indian or their favorite. Make hats. We will make hats, Indian hats. We will make necklace, Indian bands, and all of that. And as for other working things we would do, we would listen to some of the story. We would listen to some of the stories, and then they would be able to take a few words out of that story and make up their own sentences with it. With it, they might write, you know, talk about their favorite Indian, or talk about their favorite uh, hunting, or their favorite thing of when they went out and look for the uh, look for the I'm sorry, excuse me, when they went out and looked for the blue bonnets. Another thing, we would also I would have them maybe to draw a sun, and that because that was part of the book in the Legend of the Blue Bonnet. Another thing that I would have them to do, we would also practice decoding the short vowel words with blends, and have them to decide which ones are real words and which one are not real words. We will maybe get a dictionary, and I will have the students to look up some of the important words from the story. Also, within that, we will watch a video of it, and then they can tell me the some of the main parts of the video, from beginning to the ending. They can also talk to me about, uh, let's see, we would work on sentence structure. Other things that we can work on during this activity will also be to uh, they can we can do a play. I can have some of the kids uh, dress up for Thanksgiving or whatever, and just do like a dramatic play. Some can be pilgrims, some can be Indians, and the women's back in the day. We will also talk about their the way they got around, how they use the different bun arrows and things in that to kill their animals or whatever for their food. And maybe we would do bring corn and we can just like eat corn and let them see back in the day of, things that they used to eat because corn was one of their main things that they ate back in the day. They ate it and then they grew it and everything. So, as you can see again, this is my unit. These are my books. Again, all my books is listed here. Plus here's my activities. This is my web graphic organizer here on each side. And these are my teats. I would like to say thank you and have a blessed day.